Hi there, this is John DeHart over at the Homes from DeHart Real Estate Team, powered by Keller Williams. And here in the next couple minutes, we're going to talk about what is an RPA, a resource protection area, and how that might impact your property here in the DC area. What is an RPA? An RPA is what they call a resource protection area. It basically means that it's an area that is subject to a big cloud that is more or less more difficult to construct on or build on here in our area. It's usually a stream or maybe a creek or something that has to do with a property that outflows into the Chesapeake Bay. So it's more or less what they call a Chesapeake Bay protected area. And those areas right there, they're very important in our neck of the woods here, especially in Northern Virginia, because they can make a huge impact on the value of your property. So, for instance, we recently sold a property actually right down the street from where we live. It was an amazing half an acre lot and a very flat, in most cases would have been worth over $1 million. However, we identified very quickly that it was subject to, because it ran along a creek, it was subject to the RPA area. Now that doesn't mean you can't build on it, right? It doesn't mean that it's unbuildable. However, it does mean it is a little more tricky to build on, and it does mean that as an owner, you might be receiving a little less money on the property than you would have anticipated. So because of the nature of resource protection area, they just want to make sure the construction that's there is not overdone. So when in a situation where you have a property that's in an RPA, let's just say you have a dwelling unit that sits in an RPA area, you're actually allowed to most likely improve on that area from the ground up. So let's just say from the foundation, you can build brand new, but you have to tear down from the foundation, and you can usually only add about 1,000 square feet on the periphery of that property. However, if you were interested in doing a tear down on a property that's an RPA, that's something that's going to be a little more tricky. It's going to take more civil engineering and better relationships with the county in order to make sure that you get that build done on that property. So one thing you need to look for every single time if you are in the market to potentially build on a lot, you need to double check and make sure that that property is not located in RPA, at least in the areas that you want to build on. If it's outside of the RPA area, you can actually build on it. If it's inside of that, which for instance, this property, the entire property was covered with this RPA cloud, that means that it is going to be a little more tricky to build on. We know exactly where to look for these things. It's easy to look online, but we know exactly where to look for them on the county websites. And we can help you understand if you have any questions with regards to RPA, and then especially how that might impact your value. We've sold several properties that are covered in RPA, and they might not have sold as much as the property next door, some of the other comparables, but they're still worth a lot of money. They make great rental properties. So let's just say that you have a dwelling unit, an order house on a lot that's in an RPA. There's no reason why you can't rent that property out. So those are another way of generating a great lead. As a matter of fact, the people we sold this last property to, they ended up working out a deal, so they're going to be basically renting out the property, and they have no interest in tearing it down. So if you have any questions about RPA, the resource protection area stuff, give us a call. We're happy to answer any of them and help you understand what maybe the value is of a property that you own, or maybe the value of a property that you're looking to buy. So thanks again for watching, and hope you have a wonderful day.